Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 20th to the 30th, 2021 reading for money and career. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, November 20th to the 30th, 2021 Taurus, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Empress at our root, and we have the Fool. I love that combination. We're really starting to see our worth, and we're starting to take risks and go out on adventures because of it. Then we have our inner self. We have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Lovers. So the Lovers is Gemini energy, and if we are born on the cusp with Gemini, or if we have Gemini within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully here at our root. As we embrace what we love, things start to move rather quickly for us. Then we have our emotional selves. We have the 10 in the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, excuse me. And we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is vampiric energy, so that's going to be something that we need to be aware of. Everything is changing for us, and yet there's going to be this vampiric energy. There's this trauma around money that is going to keep us held back. So being aware of that is going to be important. The Three of Wands, there's freedom, there's the world opening up to us, there's power guiding us forward. And then there's the Five of Pentacles, which is emotional withdrawal. Yes, that's what the card says here. But there's also a sense of, a poverty mentality. With the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, we've been through trauma when it comes to money. Now, it could be in this life, it could be in past lives. We could say, oh, I didn't have any trauma to money, but in past lives we have. There's also a sense here that we've been through something when it comes to money. It's either we grew up in a house where money was always really, really tight, always an issue, lots of arguments over money. We could have dated somebody who had lots of issues with money and then kind of gave that to us by making us feel inadequate when it came to money. There's, we didn't get the job that we wanted, or the promotion didn't happen, or laid off, or whatever it is. This energy is coming up during this time. And that's going to be something that we need to battle and that we need to say no to. And that no needs to be really quite powerful, out loud, and fierce. It's like, no, I'm not living in this sense of lack and in this sense of not enough anymore. Let's see what our energy to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. It's the Prince of Swords. So we need to be mindful of just kind of saying, screw it, I'm going to go for what I need to go for. I'm going to just charge forward without thinking through anything. We're also going to be really drawn to people who just seem to act. They just act, they just do. We're going to be like, why can't I act? Why can't I do like these people do? These people don't think things through. And yeah, it might work for them sometimes, but more often than not, it's not going to work for them. So here, it's just being really aware of that. And then moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is universal light. Now, this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And there's a sense here of just light shining within us, moving us forward, guiding us. There is also a sense of something greater, really leading us in the direction that we want to be in. And we just need to listen. We just need to connect. So let's look at our rooted self. The Empress is this beautiful power that we are giving birth to into the world. Now, it can be giving birth, quite literally and physically, but there's also a sense of giving birth to something creatively or intuitively, or it's kind of like, this is why we're here on this earth, to be able to create, to be able to put these ideas forward. And that's really what we're focusing on here in a money and career reading. We're going to be looking at the way that we're bringing our ideas to life, the way that we're starting to claim a voice and a power we didn't know we had, and also a way that we're starting to be able to balance things. If we are balancing, kids and work and everything else, we're going to start to look at what we give our energy to and how much energy we give to it and why we give it to it. And all these things start coming up as to what we're nurturing and how we're moving forward. So for some of us, it can be this real sense of, oh, this is why I'm here. Like, oh, this is what I need to designate my time to, or, this is how I need to embrace my roles here on this earth. And it's something beautifully soft and gentle about the Empress here and now. Sometimes she doesn't come through as calming, as loving as she does right now. And so this is going to be a time where we're embracing this energy, we're embracing this love, we're embracing this passion, but we're also embracing the way that we're moving forward and what we want within our lives. And it leads us to the Fool. It's like, once this is seen, I'm going on my adventure. I'm embracing this energy that people might say, oh my gosh, you're being foolish. And it's like, no, I'm not being foolish. This is why I was put on this earth. This is a time astrologically when we're looking at our karmic destiny, where we're looking and connecting with why we're here and what we desire. And this becomes very real, and it also becomes very powerful. We start to see what we want from life. We start to see where we were held back, and we start to see how we move forward. And this becomes a game changer for us. It becomes a game changer for the way that we're embracing the energy around us, but also we start to take those steps forward. We start to go after things. We start to embrace what we love and what we want and what we need and who we are. And it becomes an adventure. And we have to remember that all adventurers, all heroes, all entrepreneurs were considered fools before they succeeded. Even if we're not going to be entrepreneurs, even if we're in a field where people are like, ooh, why are you doing that? We are being brave, and we are following forward in what we need to be and how we need to be. And this moves us to not saying that paying the bills and upholding our responsibilities aren't important. That's super important. But we're starting a way to embrace our hearts, to embrace our passion, to embrace what we desire. And that's what puts us with the lovers. That's what puts us with what we love. We're also embracing Mercury energy, being able to express, being able to see, being able to learn and understand things more and more and more. We need to talk. We are ruled by Venus energy. We need to love it too. So when this Mercury energy of the lovers comes in, we need to express what we love. We need to come together. We need to look at different sides of the story and say, okay, here and okay, there, but how do I want this and how do I need that? And we're starting to have a conversation with ourselves, with our spiritual selves, with our physical selves, with, who we are. And that's going to be beautiful. We need that. Ruled by Venus, we need that. As Taurians, we need that. And yet, we sometimes forget it because we want to be so stably rooted on this earth. We want to be so terribly practical all the time. When we're embracing our heart and our passion and what we love, we're not always going to be practical. We have to be mindful of confusing lust for love because that can happen quite easily. And so here, as we're looking at what truly opens our hearts. We're looking at what we are really just excited about here on this earth. It starts to move us forward rather quickly. Just tapping into that energy becomes the game changer. And as it is the game changer, we start to see ourselves differently. We start to see what we desire differently. We start to see that ready or not, here it comes. Ready or not, we're being swept off our feet. Ready or not, we're being propelled forward, especially when it comes to work. We're really focusing on career here. We have the things that we need to focus on when it comes to money, the calling in the wealth, the knowing that we are enough, the embracing the prosperity and the abundance. That's where the Wheel of Fortune comes in, because things are changing. We're on this roller coaster ride, and we have the highs, the lows, the lefts, the rights, the times where we don't even know where we're standing or what we're standing for. And this is going to be a time where we start to see our passion come forward. We start to see things changing around us. And as we do, we look at that vampiric energy. We look at that energy that had kept us small, that has kept us quiet, that has kept us not reaching too high because maybe we don't want to be seen as pushy, or maybe we think, oh my gosh, I should be self-sacrificing more, or whatever it is that's going through our minds subconsciously, or maybe even consciously, like, oh my gosh, I can't ask for that much money. That's absurd. And yet if we looked at people around us, we would see maybe they're getting that much. Maybe we're selling ourselves short. Oh, I couldn't possibly go for that job. Why not? I couldn't possibly start my own side business. Why not? Plenty of people who are less talented do, and they succeed. So why can't we embrace ourselves, embrace our prosperity, embrace what we want and love? Because this vampiric energy is keeping our chakras unaligned. It's keeping the energy of the universe from flowing within us and inspiring us and helping us to move forward. And so here we start to see it. We start to understand it. And as we are looking at the Four of Pentacles, we're looking at ourselves more and more and more. We're starting to see that there are blockages in our mind about money, around our heart, and also our solar plexus about money and connecting with the earth. So why are we denying ourselves the success forward? Why are we keeping our coffers small, our bank accounts small? Instead of saying, oh no, I can break out and I can achieve and succeed with the best of them and beyond the best of them. There's so much more here for me than meets the eye. And it brings us to the Three of Wands. It brings us to a place of freedom. Like, we've just set ourselves free. And we're starting to look at the rest of the world, and we're starting to look at the new horizons and say, I can do this. I can move forward this way. We're going to have three things that we're super passionate about during this time. Right? It can be home, it can be the work that puts food on the table, and it can be a side project, okay, that we need to embrace ourselves creatively. But there are going to be three things, and I don't know exactly how those three things are going to manifest for each and every one of us, but they are going to manifest forward. And what we have to look at is, how does embracing one avenue and then the other avenue and then the other avenue bring me closer to my goals, closer to my success, and closer to what I desire? And that's going to be a really big question, and that's going to be something that's really powerful for us. The Three of Pentacles can also be, I need to take care of myself. I need to look at my body, I need to look at my mind, and I need to look at my spirit and connect with those energies. Because as I connect with those energies, I connect with the prosperity of my wealth, of my desires, of the way that I need to move forward in the world. And it brings us to the Five of Pentacles. It brings us to this sense of, I can't. This poverty mentality that's holding us back. The sense of, I'm not worth it. And we need to look at why we think we're not worth it. Why we think we can't have what it is that we want. Now, sometimes what we are imagining and the path that we are supposed to be on spiritually and prosperously are different. So we have to keep an open mind. But why is it that when we get so close to what we are supposed to achieve, we slam the door in our own faces? Why is it that we can fall into anxiety or depression or hurt or pain or disappointment and let ourselves be stopped? What we're going to see here is that, yes, of course, depression can be something that needs to be treated. But what we have to look at is, why does this get triggered? Why is this coming forward? And what is trying to stop me from where I need to be, from where my soul knows I need to be? It's rooted. It could be rooted in the fact that we were told when we were very little, you weren't going to amount to anything. And we just took that as truth. Even if we said, oh yeah, I'm going to show you. A part of our mind, a part of our psyches took that as truth. This is going to be a time where we're breaking down the past held beliefs, whether from this life or past lives, and we'll really sit in meditation and say, what is keeping me held back? And why is it keeping me held back? It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. It's the Princess of Pentacles. It's an unrealistic expectation with money. It's being a bit of a princess with things, thinking, okay, I can have more than I actually need or, actually desire during this time. The Princess of Pentacles is very much this energy of not fully comprehending the power of the almighty dollar or whatever our currency is. Now, this could be us at times during this time frame, but it's also going to be people within our lives. So we have to just be mindful of this. This could also be a person who says, oh, I'm very, wise with my money, and yet spends it very foolishly and doesn't see it. So just be aware of this. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is balance. And this is the root chakra. We're going to be coming in balance with ourselves. We're going to be looking at how we balance ourselves, how we move ourselves forward, what it is that we desire from our lives, how it is that we're, pushing the envelope with things. But we're also looking at the sacred feminine and sacred masculine energy within us and saying, this needs to be balanced for me to achieve and succeed the way that I was born to. It moves us to our subconscious rooted message, which is the sun. It's the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Let the sun shine. Let our brilliance shine. Let ourselves be successful without apologizing for it. And let that beauty and success absolutely guide us forward. The sun also brings with it, people taking us by eyes. People saying, oh no, you can't possibly. What makes you think that you could be so great? Or what makes you think that you could be happy? Or what makes you think that you could XYZ? And what we're going to see here is what makes me think that I can't. Why is it that other people get to define our success and happiness for us? It's taking our power back. And this is a time, quite literally, where we're taking our power back. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self. Not emotional, inner self. It's the 10 of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. It's finding out what happiness is for us. It's not living to the expectations of others, but it's embracing our hearts and our joys and our successes. It's finding what we need to be happy and really reveling in that. There's a quote from Coco Chanel that says the best things in life are free, but the second best things are very, very expensive. And yeah, at times that's definitely true. But we need to look at things maybe not in the opulence of it, but in the quality of it, the quality of the connection with it, and see what we want and what we don't want, and how we move forward and how we don't move forward, and what it is that we're embracing. And this is going to be a time where we're starting to embrace our hearts and our passions and our loves, and it's letting us shine brighter within this world and within our own careers and within our own success. It moves us to our emotional self, and that's the Page of Swords. We are becoming a student of our words. We're becoming a student of our thoughts. We're going to be getting messages from spirit that help us see things. We're also going to be walking between the two worlds, the spiritual world and the earthly plane, connecting with where we want to be. And I know this is a money and career reading, but if we forget about the spirit of it, the heart of it, we forget about the power of it all. And we don't connect with our full potential. So this is a time where we find ourselves really stepping forward in a way that is extraordinary, as we are the student of the power of our mind, but also the mind's connection with the heart, and the way that we emotionally, spiritually, and physically are moving towards our goals. This can also be a connection with an air sign energy, a child air sign energy that's helping us see things in a very different way, or somebody who has like a childlike innocence to them, just this way of seeing things and connecting with things that we're like, oh, I never thought of it like that, or oh wow, that's new. It brings us to our subconscious public arena self. And it's the 7 of Wands. Now it says defense. And what we're going to learn here is that we can't fight every battle, especially when it comes to our careers, when it comes to what we're passionate about. We can't fight every battle because it's just going to eat up all our energy. It's going to drain us completely. What we need to do is stand our ground, know what's important to us, know what isn't important to us, and then let ourselves move forward, not be held back by fools or people who just don't get it. So don't fight every battle, but stand in your truth, stand in what's important to you, and keep on moving forward towards what is greatly desired within our lives. But don't let other people drain our energy because they don't see Either they're jealous and they're going to try and knock us down, or they don't see the power that is manifesting within us. Or they do see it and they want to stop it. So just be aware of this. All right. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the prosperity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.